I never thought one family dinner could change everything. It was a Sunday evening in late spring, the kind where the air is warm but still carries a soft breeze. We had been invited to my husband's parents' house for dinner. His whole family was going to be there, his parents, 2 brothers, their wives, and even his cousin who had just come back from overseas. I wasn't nervous exactly, but I wasn't completely at ease either. You see, my relationship with my husband's family had always been complicated. They weren't cruel to me, but they weren't warm either. Sometimes I felt like an outsider looking in through a glass window. My husband, Mark, didn't help much with that. He had a sharp sense of humor, the kind that could either make people laugh or make them uncomfortable. And too often, his jokes were at my expense. He called it teasing, but sometimes it went too far. That Sunday, I wore a pale blue dress, nothing fancy, but I thought it looked nice. I tied my hair back, put on a bit of lipstick, and told myself, just get through the evening, smile, be pleasant. When we got to his parents' house, the dining table was already set. It looked beautiful, polished silverware, wine glasses, candles. Everyone greeted us, and for a moment, it felt okay. We all sat down, and his mother started serving her famous roast chicken. Conversation flowed easily around the table about work, travel, and old family stories. I tried to join in where I could, and then it happened. It started with a simple question from his cousin. So, how's work been for you, Anna? I smiled. It's been good, actually. We've been really busy. I just finished a project I'm proud of. Before I could finish, Mark interrupted. Oh, come on. Anna. Busy for her means she made a PowerPoint and ordered lunch for the office. The table erupted in polite laughter. I felt my cheeks burn. I tried to laugh it off, but inside, I felt small. I wanted to say something, but my voice caught in my throat. I hated how he made me feel like my work didn't matter, like I didn't matter. I took a sip of water, hoping the moment would pass, but Mark wasn't done. A little later, his brother was talking about how his wife had gotten a promotion at her law firm. Everyone congratulated her, and I joined in. Then Mark said, "See, Anna, that's a real achievement. Maybe one day you'll get there." More laughter. I could feel my stomach tighten. My mind started racing with every little comment he'd ever made like this. Every time he'd chipped away at me in front of others, and then came the worst one. His mother asked if I wanted more chicken, and I politely declined, saying I was trying to cut back a little because I'd been feeling sluggish. Mark smirked and said, loud enough for everyone to hear, "Yeah, maybe then you can finally fit into that dress you bought last year." The table went quiet for a moment. And then there was that awkward chuckle people give when they're not sure if something's a joke. I froze. My face felt hot. I looked down at my plate so no one would see my eyes welling up. I wanted to disappear. And that's when it happened. From the other end of the table, our 10-year-old daughter, Lily, spoke up. Her little voice was clear and steady. "Daddy," she said, "that wasn't nice. You always tell me to be kind, but you're not being kind to Mommy right now." The whole table went silent. Mark's smile faltered. He opened his mouth, but no words came out. His brothers looked away. His mother cleared her throat. I felt a lump in my throat, not from embarrassment this time, but from something else. Pride. Gratitude. Lily wasn't done. "You always tell me to stand up for people when someone is being mean to them, so I'm standing up for Mommy." Tears filled my eyes. I couldn't speak, but I reached under the table and squeezed her hand. She squeezed back. Mark's face had gone pale. He muttered something about just joking and relax, but it was weak. Nobody laughed this time. The rest of dinner was quieter. I didn't say much, neither did Mark. But Lily sat next to me, leaning against my arm, as if she knew I needed her there. When we got home that night, Mark tried to brush it off. "You know I didn't mean anything," he said. "It was just family banter." I looked at him and said quietly, "Mark, you made me feel small, and our daughter saw it. She had to teach you the lesson you should have already known." For once, he didn't have a comeback. He just nodded and went upstairs. I tucked Lily into bed, kissed her forehead, and whispered, "Thank you for standing up for me." She smiled sleepily. "That's what family is for, Mommy." That night, I lay awake thinking about how easy it is for small, hurtful comments to become normal. How, over time, you start believing them. And how sometimes it takes the pure honesty of a child to break that cycle. Mark hasn't made a joke at my expense in public since that night. I don't know if he's completely changed. But I do know he's thinking more about his words. And I'll never forget how. In one moment, my little girl reminded me and everyone at that table that kindness matters, even in the smallest sentences.